Compensation will come for side quest issues players experienced in week 4. Spiderman Classic Buff is a dud, but was that due to a bug? We're going to investigate that. This player lost millions of scrap, oh dear, and a roundup of other issues in the game. Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to the MCN. This is the fresh MCN, the one where I'm not on any kind of small vacation. It's very cold because my boiler's broken. Sad times. But we have lots to talk about in the Marvel Contest of Champions world, so good times. That's very good. Also, setup work this weekend. I'm going to have to return back to doing stuff. I've not done anything with setup because I've been on vacation. So, yeah, green screen needs to come back whenever that'll be. I have to find more time in my life. But now let's get into all of the MCOC goodness that's going on. There's a little bit of a roundup of micro stories. Micro story number 1 is that there was connection issues yesterday. You probably see the masthead that's on screen right now. Game service interruption. The contest is currently experiencing server latency issues, resulting in some slowdowns and errors. We're working to resolve this as soon as possible. Thank you for your patience. I'm odd that I thought Kabam might say, "Ow, this is client side. It's client side. It's issues your side." But no, that's kind of a little joke there. But in any case, Kabam Jack said it seems that everybody has been waiting to get their hands on new feature crystals. As a result, the load of the server has been immense. What? The team is actively working to scale servers to handle the load, and summoners should have smoother experience soon. What the actual? I've honestly never seen that ever. Where I am honestly genuinely well, no, it's Kabam, so I shouldn't be surprised. But no, I am surprised to kind of like respect, no, because I've never seen it as an kind of not excuse, but kind of like a reasoning. So shout out to Kabam Jax actually for getting that info to say that. Seems that everybody has been waiting to get their hands on a feature. I don't know if that's a joke. As a result, the server load, the load for the server has been immense. I don't know if that's a joke. If that's a joke, then that's kind of like that's funny. But if it's true, it's like it's still weird. But yeah, a lot of people kind of affected. Oh, I've got a text. Is it from the plumber? No, it's not. Phone down. Phone down. In any case, problems connecting to game. I think it's resolved back now. Good luck to everybody that opened up the crystals. I'm going to do mine. We did fists opening yesterday, 67, 1 mil, 6-star shards. Go and check that out on the channel. Next up, and an issue I don't know if anybody else is experiencing, which is cannot swap runes anymore. Players have just awoken my 4-star Ant-Man Relic. After doing so, the game got weird and glitchy during the embers. The allotted animation. Afterwards, I went to my Ant-Man Relic to change the rune. It would not remove nor swap. I then checked my champions. It swapped the runes twice for my Winter Soldier. I then proceeded to restart the game. Upon re-entry, none of the relics, including the Winter Soldier, would swap or remove runes anymore. And another place in, yeah, I can't swap relics at all. It will say unbinded and then go back, and it's bound to champ. And then Kabam Jack said, "Hey, would you be able to have the footage? Blah, 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 blah. What's happening on the screen could help us in investigation. If not, would you be able to tell us if the Winter Soldier Relic has also a 4-star, etc.? Could you confirm which version?" Anyway, so there could be a bug there. It looks like it's not really well looked into. And yeah, if you're experiencing issues like this, make sure to come to this forum thread. Link is in the description down below. And if you have an answer for Kabam Zibbit, if you are experiencing the similar issues, then let him know answers based on the questions that have been asked in this particular section right there. And a final bit of micro news before we go into something a bit more meatier is the scrap situation with this player. So this player says, "When is the scrap store being released so I can spend my scrap? I don't want to miss it. I got a ton," which she put on February 1st. People found this funny. There's a selector in the shop. Obviously, people go, "I believe the scrap store ended yesterday." Yep, it's gone. WTF? Really? I never heard a word. Just mentioned a store, and I never saw a store and checked every day. I mean, I can imagine. I think this might be an isolated thing. I don't think everybody's missed out on their scrap, like the selector thing. Because we even did a video where we went like, "It's not a store, it's a selector." But yeah, yeah, this is bad. This is bad for this player. Yeah, really, they said a scrap store specifically would be added. So I was looking for a store, not a buried item in one of the many stores. It was terrible. Oh my god. If so, I never noticed it. From the message, they said they were releasing a scrap on the forum. Yeah, I guess so. And we did cover this, didn't we? Of like why it felt like, well, it's not a store. Technically, it's not a store. Oh, another text. Is it plumber? No, it's not. It's not plumber. Oh, God's sake. I'm just gonna sit here and freeze my tits off. In any case, Command Mike says this is why you need to read your in-game messages. This information was readily available in-game when the selector went out. We wanted to do a store, but this was the only available method with the time capacity we had. If you had an account-specific issue, please reach out to our support team. So maybe they could do something. Quite possibly, like maybe refund if you've still got your scrap, and you know, maybe kind of reach out to support and see if there's anything that could be possibly done. I don't know. I can't 100% guarantee that, but maybe Kabam could do something. They do some stuff here and there for players. So yeah, and that's the end of micro news. Now we're getting to more kind of juicy nuggets of information. Okay, let's move on to side quest compensation. If you remember back, I think it was last week, we talked about this in an MCN, where there seemed to be an issue with protection. Now, I didn't overly notice an issue myself, but I think I just completely plowed through it. Maybe it was a device. I really don't know, because I kind of didn't feel there was a problem. However, though, it's not to say there wasn't, because there was plenty of evidence to say there was a problem, and it was definitely noted. So a thread started. Player first of all said, so Kabam has let known that the side quest node is broken. Protection doesn't go away on February 1st. It's now February 6th, and nothing has been said or done on Kabam's side. The event ends in 2 days. Should we expect a fix or not? Some of us are waiting for a fix to do the quest. By the way, I've still got stuff to do that quest. I need to do that, and I will be literally doing it in a matter of, well, probably an hour or so once I've done MCN, because it's just like, it's got to be done because I need some stuff from it. But it does mean that there's still the kind of the problem with the issue that players are experiencing with it. Last we heard about the fix was coming later today on Friday. Haven't seen any changes, no communication on exactly what the fix was it's supposed to be. Are the nodes bugged? Was the node description wrong? It's really hard, and there are a lot of options for the path. Havoc is the sticking point, but there are a handful of options, and Havoc versus Havoc is something somewhat cheese. But yeah, I mean, yeah, that's that. But someone else said that if you've got getting 29, just need to ramp her up the first fight. I don't know if that's exactly the same option. That's the best option. But in any case, right? In any case, there was an issue. Monday, unfortunately, the team jumped the gun in thinking we could push the fix for the path ASAP. The process to the update is delayed, and unfortunately it looks like we'll be stuck with the path the way it is. The thread is a lot of good champ suggestions to help, so yeah, there's plenty of suggestions if you want to kind of look to bypass it. But obviously the question is on it, like, look, you know, players want to get it done. I don't know, like I've got like level 4 left to do. I didn't find it too much of a problem with the level 5 that I did, so I mean, I'm going to plow through it regardless, but you know, that's not the same option that's available for other players. In any case, we're exploring compensation is the main thing here. Like Kabam is saying that because the side quest is problematic, that it will be compensated. However, though, how it will be compensated is going to be important, because you will miss out on a lot of kind of like relic based things if for whatever reason you are, you know, if you're using certain champions that that are specific to the objectives that you got to do, you might want to get some of those relic items. And I'm tossing and turning between the idea of, okay, am I gonna do this because I need and desire the relic based stuff, or can I just go, nah, not really interested. I will end up doing it. I know I will. I know, like in the next hour or so, I'm just gonna go in and just get it done because it's relic based stuff and I should do it, and I should be kind of like doing more of my relics. I really should. But again, as a lot of us know, it's getting those things thrusted on us. I'm like, take it or leave it, going, could I wait around for the stuff? But I really want to get the quest done. I need some 6-star shards to complete the volume that I need, want, and desire for the big opening. So I'm gonna do my big opening at the weekend. It's not a big opening, it's 26 star featured, and after like seeing this 67 yesterday, I kind of feel like it's kind of a measly amount. But I need Infamous Iron Man, I do, I need Spot, I need a Tumor, and I need Absorbing Man. So those are the ones that I need in my life right now. Get them in my faces. But yeah, that's really it. There's compensation that is on the way, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if it's going to be... Yeah, if you are thinking that it's going to be all of the stuff from the side quest that you can't get through and Kabam are going to just give you it for free, I doubt it. Is it going to be something maybe revives health potions? Quite possibly. Is it going to be a high amount? I doubt it. But we'll have to see. Don't always think that Kabam are going to have you back on the full rewards. And if you manage to blast through it, at least you might be rewarded with something that's an added bonus at the same time. But good luck to you, and high ramp up champions may be the kind of like the best options, as players have said in this thread. Check out the thread in the link in the description for lots of options that will hopefully help you out, but we'll have to see. Right, this Spiderman situation. So whilst I was on vacation, I learned that we were going to, as a CCP, get to play about with Spiderman Classic. And Spiderman Classic went on to the CCP beta. Do bear in mind, when anything's on a beta, everything is subject to change. If something appears to be trash, it may be that it is going to be trash on release, or it's trash when it's been tested and could get better. This may be one of these situations that the champion appears to get better. Look, first of all, I think to put it into context, on the day that everybody could see, 6th of February, it was very much we were very much self-aware that the extent of, well, potency of the champion from a damage potential was just not there. Now, the astute among you would have noticed something in particular. I mean, back on February 6th, so 2 days ago, when this was first kind of released, I think some people noticed this, though the SIG ability values seem very odd. A 0.6 second increase to taunt duration doesn't seem very helpful, and that seems like where we saw a lot of the issues. So Kabam have confirmed that there was a issue with this champion. It's just a case of bringing everyone up to speed that there's a problem. I think footage may have gone out with people trying out the buff now. I don't think I'm going to get enough time to look into myself, because we've got new content dropping later on, and I've got other work to do with Final Strike Games later on today. So I'm not going to get enough time to look into it. But what I can do is at least bring you some knowledge and information that there's a high chance that the champion is bugged. There may be a better extent of damage potential, possibly, and it may be something that then the player base is more interested in. It's very early stages to kind of make that assessment, especially because it's a beta, and Kabam will kind of look into you know, feedback on stuff. So let's try and bring you up to speed on things, because days have passed. Outrage and annoyance and frustration has passed. Lots of people with different thoughts on this particular situation, that he is not doing that much damage, that his kit isn't too great. All of that stuff kind of brings you up to and culminates with what was posted by Kabam Mike yesterday. First of all, saying please remember that this is still a beta. This means that Spider-Man will likely experience changes and there could still be bugs. We've already identified one that we're working to fix that should change some of his numbers. Don't know exactly which ones yet. So it's very early stages yet, and I guess it's either going to be a case of, hey, there's going to be some great improvements or no improvements. I think from what I gather, the issues were kind of treated with his signature ability, something along the lines of, instead of his, you know, for every signature it was like -1, so it was like having a -200 signature awakened version that you may have seen as a player. I don't know yet, because as I said, I've been on vacation for a few days, trying to piece together a lot of the stuff, the timelines of things, and also when you might see something improving. I would say maybe it's best to like wait until the champion's actually released to get a flavour of whether or not it's going to be good or whether or not it's going to be bad. And sometimes I'm kind of thinking, like, is it actually worth having these early CCP betas, or of kind of allowing these champions on to be tested, because it may give like an incorrect kind of like opinion on matters. And as well, this is something that maybe it's better that the champion goes out as released, and then Kabam go like, okay, like within a month, do we change it, do we not? But at least like a lot more players and people get to play this rather than it being very kind of like specific to content creators having a go playing around with the champion. So yeah, I don't know, maybe a larger testing pool of people would be better, but I don't know, like we'll have to see when the champion's released. I just really hope that this isn't going to be a situation like similar to other champions where it's good, there's good buffs, it's just a case of Kabam seem to kind of give champions like an extra 50% rather than 100% when it comes to like the damage numbers. What we've seen with the likes of Deadpool X-Force, Iron Man Infinity War, I think is in that category of kind of champions that is good. It just needed a little bit more on the damage side of things to make it, as even kind of said here, a solid attacker. So it's just a case of like that little, you know, bit extra that you'd love to see. But yeah, we'll have to see. As I said, we'll wait until the champion's released, where Kabam have done the final kind of tinkering and changing with it, and hope that it's definitely like it should be the quintessential Spider-Verse character, and I just feel that it's going to be something that's going to be less than others, which is going to be the disappointing side of things. So fingers crossed, but we've been here before with this, haven't we? And now let's end the show with arena predictions. We have got ourselves Ant-Man as your featured champion, and then we've got Squirrel Girl as your basic champion. Now, I stick my neck out on the line because I think that Ant-Man and Squirrel Girl are going to be some low arenas, especially because we've got new content dropping today that people might be more interested to do that. 6-star Ant-Man I'm going with 80 mil. 5-star Ant-Man, I'll go with 30 mil. 6-star Squirrel Girl in the basic, I'll go with 40 mil. And the 5-star version, I'll go with 10 mil. I'm pretty solid and happy with that as a prediction, especially when it comes to the desirability to get those particular champions. Squirrel Girl is a good option if you're looking to do a, is it Heroes and Foes Karina's Challenge? It's one that you do in Act 6.3.1, I think. God, I'm trying to remember all these things happening in game. But Squirrel Girl is a good champion to have, especially if you've got a 5-star version, because Act 6 limits 5 stars for usage. So yeah, maybe kind of look to that and 6-star one if you want to push for it. But yeah, I think those are pretty solid kind of predictions. And we end the show by saying thank you very much to those that support the channel as a YouTube member and as a patron. You're on screen right now. Much love. Thank you very much for doing that. And also those that support on twitch.tv/RichTheMan live. Live stream last night. Should be live streaming on Thursday and Friday, he says, but work may you know, come in the way of that one, or he seems to. Final thing is check out some other stuff on screen right now. It's new update day, new content day, so we'll be doing some coverage of that one later on, so look out for that. It's also new Battlegrounds meta dropping as well, so let's look out for that one as well. So many things to get us and sink our teeth into, and I'll see you all very soon. Much love.